Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pei.
And welcome. You are tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports Channel, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Audible, iTunes, and more. And this is a show about hope and happiness. So instead of starting off with the bad news, who killed who betrayed who, what bad things happening around the planet, this 8 a.m. morning show is here to start your day as positively as possible. And today, especially because it is my Chinese New Year show. And even though some of you may be saying, but Dr. Marissa, that was yesterday. Yes, that is true. February 1st was on the calendar as Chinese New Year. But if you remember my guest from last year, he said that Li Chuan is the true day of Chinese New Year, which is actually February 3rd. So I thought I would cover all my bases. So today is still part of Chinese New Year, and it's actually celebrated for 15 days. So all the things that I'm covering today are still valid. So you can go home and change into red if you want, and you may have an excuse not to clean for 15 days. But we'll have more on that. And there was so much great information from my special guest last year, Roger Lan, Feng Shui expert, and more. I thought I would celebrate this year's Chinese New Year with a little brush up on some of the things that he taught us about Chinese astrology, as well as the year of the ox, which is mine, and some Chinese lessons. But before that, I wanted to bring you another on-location hashtag Dr. Marissa reporting live at the Asia Garden Mall. And my ears are still ringing from the fireworks. That was the one time where I got really great press front row seats, and I don't know if I'm going to recover from them because the firecrackers were literally maybe 5 feet away, and they were so loud that I thought I broke my phone camera. But I put a little compilation together from that event for you to enjoy and celebrate Chinese New Year. Enjoy.
This is Dr. Marissa reporting live. Chinese New Year. Got a great show here in Westminster. Celebrating the year of the tiger.
And I do love celebrations, and I do love those lion dances, probably one of my favorite things in this thing called life. And now, a few Chinese lessons that I've already given you. Here are some refreshers in case you forgot. Enjoy.
Chinese New Year! Let's give a little applause for that. And I was born in the year of the ox. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, Chloe, she was born in the year of the ox, 1997. The Chinese definition of the year of the ox is bright, patient, kind, inspiring to others, makes an outstanding parent, yet good alone. And Chinese astrology says depending on when you're born, there's certain time or certain other astrological signs by the year, not the month, that you should marry. So I should marry a rooster. And I think from last week's show, he said that was 4 years apart. And then I have to avoid sheep. So sheep, I think, is 2 years away. For yourself, today is Chinese New Year. Eat noodles because it's a symbol of long life. Yes. And it is also important to not cut your hair today or sweep the floor. So you have a good reason not to do any cleaning, because if you do, that means you're going to sweep away or wipe away or wash away all of your good fortune. So we don't want to do that. We want to keep all that inside. And that is why today is one of the reasons why it's so special. I got to drive to LAX to pick up my daughter, who flew in from San Francisco for Chinese New Year for a 2-hour layover. I gave her red packet. For those of you who don't know, it's like a cross between Christmas and Hanukkah. You get money in a red packet, and I gave the one I had away to her. Sorry, but those packets contain money. So who gets money on Chinese New Year? Well, it helps if you're Chinese. And the people that give it to you are your elders, so a generation above, and you have to be unmarried and or be a child. So I don't have to give my niece, Christina, any red packet because she got married to Aaron. So that's a little less money. And but I did give them to my daughters, and how much, it's totally up to you. I gave $44 because it's COVID, but 4 plus 40 equals 8. 8's a lucky number in Chinese. It's a homonym for good fortune. Last year, when I was a little more cash rich, I gave $88. And when my daughters were in school at McGaw in Seal Beach, I was known as the Chinese New Year mom. And I would come, and every Chinese New Year, I would make fried rice. Susan Humphreys can tell you, and Lonnie Beggs and Penny Gower and Jackie, all the Seal Beach moms will tell you that their kids love Chinese New Year because I would bring fried rice and everybody would get a little fried rice. And then I would also give the red packet with money in it. And I was giving $1, so that's $60, 2 classes. And then my mom told me, you actually have to give an even amount of dollars, which is $2 a packet, which began to get a little expensive. So we just ignored that part of the tradition. I'm sure they had good luck anyways. Plus, the kids were starting to, get into every time they saw me, hi, Dr. Mom, 新年快乐，红包拿来, which is the flippant way of saying Happy New Year. Translated, Happy New Year, where's my red packet? So we don't want to do that. But let's start with giving you a little Chinese lessons. We did this last week. Some of you couldn't make it. So today you can impress your friends and say, 新年快乐. 新年快乐. So those of you who are on chat now, I want to hear it. 新年快乐. Now that's Mandarin. I know you thought I was Swedish. That's Mandarin for 新年 is New Year, and 快乐 is happiness. So 新年快乐 is happiness. Now you got to be really careful of the intonation, because if you say 新年快乐, it means wash your face quickly. And we do not want to do that. So 新年快乐. If you would like an easier way of doing it, see, Timothy knows because his wife is Asian and his son is half Asian. So I'm sure you've taught Shan, my Facebook godson, how to say 新年快乐 as well as 恭喜发财. So some of you, or many of you, probably already know the gong hi fat choi that you see on the signs. That's actually Cantonese, which is different than Mandarin. It's a dialect, but it's a very well-known dialect. A lot of Chinese people speak Cantonese from the province of Canton. Many of those went to Hong Kong. So Hong Kong is largely Cantonese. Mainland China is split up into different provinces. You're getting a history lesson on top of this. So the ones that speak Mandarin are, all over, but Mandarin is actually called 普通话. And 普通话 means the common language, or the language that unifies all of the languages. So it's hard to equate that in America because our dialects, maybe Southern accent is the closest thing to a dialect. You have your Boston accent, you have your New York accent, you have Florida, a little bit of accent. California, they say we have an accent, I can't hear it. But it's English, pretty much English. But Chinese is a little different. Chinese is all Mandarin, is the 普通话. So everybody's supposed to technically know how to speak Mandarin. And then on top of that, have a dialect that they know. So the closest thing I can think of is in England, when the United Kingdom included, Ireland and Wales and Scotland, you would speak the British English or the Queen's English, and then you would have your dialect, Irish, Scottish, Welsh. But now they're all separate countries, so it doesn't apply. But in the early days, that's probably the closest thing that I can think of that corresponds to what I'm talking about. So when you hear differences in Chinese, that's what it is. And it's very different. So I'll give you a demonstration. We are going to get to Valentine's, but because it is Chinese New Year's today, I wanted to spend a little bit of time, and it's my show, and I'm Chinese, teaching you a little bit about my Chinese roots. So I hope that's okay. So if I say 1 to 10 in Cantonese, and I don't know a lot of my brother speaks Cantonese much better than I do, not the brother Michael Bernard Beckwith, but my bio brother Daniel Peg. But if you say 1 to 10 in Cantonese, it's, let's do it the other way. Let's do Mandarin first. So Mandarin 1 to 10 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 1 to 10. And you can hear, a little bit sing-song, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if I say it in Cantonese, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I messed that up a little bit, but you can hear the vast difference between Mandarin and Cantonese. That's why when you say 恭喜发财, it's very different than 恭喜发财. So now you understand why it doesn't sound the same. Okay? So there's your happy Chinese New Year lesson for the year. So since I'm all about hope and happiness, that is exactly what we're going for. This is going to be an amazing, wonderful, fabulous, great year. Yes? Yes. 很好. 新年快乐. 红包拿来. Send me your red packets. All right. So hopefully you enjoyed that.
So you can practice that because you can continue to say 新年快乐 or 恭喜发财 for the next 13 days as Chinese New Year is celebrated for the 15th. And if you were born this year, the year of the tiger, here are some of your tiger mates. Paula Abdul, Tom Cruise, Steve Carell, Tommy Lee, Demi Moore, and Lady Gaga. And here are some personality characteristics of the tiger: vigorous and ambitious, daring and courageous, enthusiastic and generous, self-confidence with a sense of justice and a commitment to help others for the greater good. Sounds like tigers are great. Sorry, couldn't resist. Not as good as oxes. Actually, there's a funny story, which is supposed to be true. The emperor, to decide the order of the animals in the Chinese astrology, held a little competition, and the tiger thought, for sure, I'm the strongest, I'm the fastest, I'm going to win. But it was not even the ox who was diligently plodding along. The rat asked the ox for a ride in the race. So the rat climbed up on the ox's back. The ox was diligently plodding towards the finish and got there in front of the tiger. But the rat, at the last minute before the finish line, jumped off the ox. And that's why the rat is first, followed by the ox, and now the tiger. And when we come back, it's my spotlight interview with Roger Land. He's a Feng Shui master. He came on last year to explain Chinese astrology, Feng Shui, and a lot about my year, because it's my show, the year of the ox. So don't go away. We'll be right back on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, and NBC Sports radio station KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere, including my YouTube channel, where if you free subscribe, you will get an alert every 8 a.m. weekday mornings so you can tune in to the latest show. And you can also enjoy my short film, The New PPP, Post-Pandemic Possibilities, as well as my red carpet playlist. You saw my interview with Quincy Jones that I posted, and of course, there's Halle Berry, John Travolta, lots of New York Times bestselling authors, personalities, and even presidents like Presidente Fox. So that's on my YouTube channel. And we're only a few thousand away from 250,000 views. So make sure you go and free subscribe, continuing your Chinese lessons. And now my spotlight interview, Feng Shui master, Roger Land. Enjoy.
Happy Chinese New Year, 新年快乐，恭喜发财, and we'll teach you how to do that in a little bit. I've decided that I would like to know a little bit more about my Chinese roots. I know you thought I was Swedish, but I'm actually of Chinese descent, and I went and found an expert who could talk to us about the year coming up. Please welcome to my studio. His name is Roger Land, but we're going to call him Master Roger because he's over 20 years. He's from Taiwan originally, and he studied with the masters, and he knows a lot about Feng Shui, and that is, we're going to talk about what that is too. Several of his teachers are famous in Taiwan. He was on TV with some of his masters teaching Feng Shui, and he's been doing this for 20 years. So please welcome to the studio, Roger Land. Since we're doing a little Chinese, say your name in Chinese.
my Chinese name is Lan Xian Zhou.
Lan Xian. So, and what does that mean?
Lan is a blue sky.
Uh-huh.
Xian Zhong is the old very old Tai is a general. They put a lot of effort to the country. So the war they go into war and fight with enemy. So that's yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Can you tell us a little background on Chinese astrology?
Yes, every year, no matter what year you're born, your luck kind of shift. Like I said, for example, red is the 2020. So the born 2020 every 12 years is the same red so if you're red last year and you probably facing because you have a lot of energy last year, so you probably do something very rush, so kind of affect your luck. So kind of maybe somebody will make a mistake and maybe they have bad luck. But this year, because the ox is red's friend, so this year kind of like a red will become better, have a better fortune as well. So kind of like a year of ox, like 21, probably have a lot of full energy because the Tai Shui is an ox. So whatever Chinese zodiac is ox, he full of power. He want to do something, something. Also, they probably drive a little faster when they driving. So you have to be careful with accident because a lot of people during the Tai Shui year, they got accident. So you need to be very everything you have to think about 3 times to make decision. So don't rush yourself. Don't rush buy investment or buying house. So during because you full of energy, feel like I want to do something, I want to change, So especially like ox year, this year, for whatever ox people, easy to also feel upset because maybe they are thinking about doing something, but cannot make it because of fail. So they were easy to feel upset. So everything just keep normal. Don't rush yourself. So because especially the Tai Shui year, just keep keep calm. Don't rush yourself. Also, you probably feel like something relationship will change because sometimes you treat people this way, but people not treat you this way. So you kind of face a relationship change. Also, if for older people, if it's a year of ox, might get like a little bit health problem. So take care of yourself, especially I think for the teeth for older people, you probably be careful. It's probably better go have a health check this year. So that's kind of yeah.
So that's all the characteristics of an ox that was born in the year of the ox. So I am actually the year of the ox. So that means I'm, as of February 12th, next Friday, right?
Right.
It's going to be, I'm 12 years old, right? Either 12, 24, 36, and we're not going to go any further because I'm ageless. But from what you just said, it sounds like if I'm the year of the ox, that I should slow down my driving. And I don't want to hear any jokes about Asian women drivers from any of my listeners right now. That's including you, Tom. And so slow down. Because I am energetic as an ox. What's interesting though is ox, usually I don't think of as energetic. I think of ox as slow plodding, but you're saying that an ox is power, right? Energetic power.
Right, 2020 because that's the ox year. So the ox will get full of power. So they probably before is the classic car. Right now he want to become sports car. So kind of like a rush. Yeah.
I do have a little convertible sports car, and I do like to drive fast. So the advice for this year is to slow down. Yes.
And there's more Chinese lessons where that came from. So Don't go away. We'll be right back on Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balance with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And we're back. You're tuned into Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on NBC News, CNBC News, NBC Sports Channel, KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, and streaming everywhere. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, iTunes, Audible, Amazon Music, and more. Because I'm on a happy 88 mission, 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years. So that's why I want as many platforms as possible to splatter more hope and happiness. And without further ado, here's the remainder of my interview with Roger Lamb, Feng Shui and Chinese astrology expert, who explains a little bit more about how to have the best luck possible this year. Enjoy.
So, what does the year of the ox bring for other people who are not ox? What
Yes.
does
Yeah, we'll probably give you a little guideline for that. Those also this year, because in Chinese is soil general metal, because so it's like what that means is like I said, this year, because last year the bank business probably not so well, but this year bank business will getting better because last year, like I said, COVID-19, right? It's popular everywhere. So this year, 2021, the bank business will get better, and also real estate will getting better because we can see already the interest rate getting so low, and we are few only less. We have short of the inventory for the real estate. So they definitely, this year, no matter the bank and the real estate will get better because that's what is soil. The earth is a really real estate, and the metal is money. So this year we're getting better and better. So regarding the Chinese zodiac, the fortune, we can, because this year is ox. Ox is soil. So no matter is soil regarding like dragon, like dog, like sheep, they need to take care. They need to also slow down. They need to keep calm because those are like kind of like a enemy to the Tai Shui. So it's kind of against Tai Shui. So it's kind of hurting Tai Shui. So if you're hurting the kin, year of a kin, they're kind of hurting you. So basically, those 4 animals this year need to be a little bit careful. But
how do people find out what animal they are? Because Tom Briggs just put down September 4th. Now, September 4th is not going to tell you anything because that's the way American astrology works, is based on the month and the day, right? And not the year. Chinese astrology is based on a 12-year cycle, right? So it depends on, Tom, you have to put the year that you were born, September 4th, what year, and then Roger can tell you what animal you are, right? So also part of Chinese astrology is there's certain animals that should marry other animals and certain animals that you should avoid. So why is that? Why is that?
It's going to a long story. I always said, according to, because I do destiny reading, I do Feng Shui as well. Because destiny reading, it is like I said, like you're a year of ox, right? You're a year of ox, because which zodiacs you should get along. You have very good friend. I think that should be that would be snake and
I'm
rooster.
so ready. Okay.
Now
I'm
this
supposed to be
is
friends
your
with
best friend. So you should also, since that's your best friend, you probably should marry those two best friends. So kind of you will get along. So some people, because like your ox, so sheep is kind of not very get along with. But maybe you don't have too many the good friend for
right.
is your sheep. So
How many years difference between sheep and ox?
6 years. Whatever
6
you check,
So
6
someone
years.
6 years older or 6 years younger is not a good idea.
Exactly.
Okay. And then what is the rooster compared to the ox? How many years?
4 years. Every 4 years.
4 years. 4
4 years.
years above or 4 years below?
Exactly. Four and eight. So it can be like.
Okay. So Tom says that he was born September 4th, 1973. So what animal is he?
So it's an ox.
Oh, he's an ox. Okay. So this is your year, Tom. And then Tiffany says April 5th, 1976. What year is she? I mean, what animal is she?
Tiffany, maybe that she is my client. Okay, it's maybe she is my client. So it's
April 5th, 1976.
dragon, year of the dragon.
She's the year of the dragon. So tell me something about dragons, since Tiffany's watching.
Yes, dragon basically, the empire before dynasty, the king is, actually the dragon is by the king, because why, the king on the side always have dragon. So dragons have a lot of power, a lot of energy, because dragon also have a strong mind as well. So kind of like they want to, because everything dragon. Right, dragon means man, So dragon always has strong mind. So sometimes dragon, because if you're a woman, you have a dragon, in your mind. So you have strong mind. So you probably.
Is that about right, Tiffany? Do you have a strong mind?
For the relationship wise, you need to be a little bit careful, right?
Okay. What are the best people that she should get along with?
Like a dragon is a monkey and a rat.
Monkey and the rat. So someone that was born in
4 years different.
Well, yes, 4 year difference. 4 years difference. So interesting. So, is it always true? The characteristics. So there's only really 12 different kinds of personalities. Is that always? So there's only 12 different kinds of animals in people?
Actually, Chinese zodiac separate people because they still have elephant, right? Then so we just
the 4 elements, right? The 4 elements and the 12.
Right, we just carry the 12 different zodiacs animals, but actually, because even though you're red, right? But you still have a different destiny. So because you have different parents, you have different education, you have different feng shui on your house, you're rich or poor. So you still have a different personality. So people, is all but for overall, but those pretty accurate. But when we talk about the detail, you have to depend on the destiny. And
right. So there's more things at play than just the year or the animal. Okay, let's talk about Feng Shui, because Feng Shui is an integral part of the Chinese philosophy in balance, is what I understand. But I'll let you 中文怎么讲？风水不是风水，风水。So 风水. So y'all know I was born in Canada, so my Chinese is not that good. But I'm stumbling along. But 风 is wind,
Mhm.
and Shui is water.
Water.
Okay,
Yes.
Mom. So
Okay.
the wind and water are elements for the philosophy, see if I got this right, around life in balance. So
Mhm.
there's a natural balance in life that if we unbalance one area, then our whole lives will be unbalanced. And so there's certain things in placement of windows, of doors, of furniture, of all those things that can help you with balance. Is that about right?
That's correct. That's correct. Yes, you know Feng Shui.
Well, actually, no, that was my guess. That was a good guess. So that's what I know. So some people will say, well, that's superstition. That's really not true. It's just someone made it up. Ancestor superstition. What do you say to that?
Yeah, regarding the Feng Shui, because this, I think it's the tool will help you change your life. Because sometimes a lot of people get a destiny reading, or you go psychic or something. You know what's going on in the future, but is that going to change? No, because you know your destiny is going to happen. But how can you change your life? Only Feng Shui can change your life. For example, if you're doing the work, you have a job, you have a lot of backstabber, you have a lot of like a boss not supporting you. It all happen in your Feng Shui because your Feng Shui layout is wrong. For example, the basic example is if the people not supporting you or always set you up, you have to check your sofa. You go into the living room. If the sofa is not against the wall, is the back side is the door. You always have backstabber. You always get people set up because your couch is you, and you're not again count on the wall. The wall not supporting you, so you always have backstabber. So that's right. So basically, I help people every day like this. Almost everybody I go see Feng Shui have this kind of problem.
Interesting.
So if you change, they change your life. Yeah.
Interesting. What about mirrors? I've heard about mirrors have to be. I have a couch. You can see behind me my couch, right? And then I have a mirror above the couch. Okay. And my door is there, is that way. So is that good or not good?
The mirror has three things. Mirror, you don't want to use mirror if you don't need to, because the mirror, if behind your couch, you don't have to get support. You don't the boss not supporting you. So also the mirror, if they facing the bed in the bedroom, right? If they facing the bed, people cannot get good sleep because they make they drain a lot overnight, because the mirror is a door for the ghost. And your soul, you come out and go inside the mirror, back and every so often, so you get a lot of drain. So when you wake up, you get exhausted. So the mirror facing your bed, and also the mirror, you don't want to face in the kitchen stove, because they cause two different stove. Because the stove, it means wife. If the mirror inside have another stove, I mean you have two wife. Two wife, it means having an affair. So exactly. So like the mirror behind your couch, you should take it out.
Okay, so no mirror at all. Should have no mirror at all.
Possible, yeah, but only for cosmetic people, for cosmetic, the lady, only that need mirror. But you don't want to face in the back.
Okay,
Also, the TV. A lot of people in front of the bed, they have TV. The nighttime become like a mirror, so you better.
Don't put it in front of your bed.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So let's go back to Chinese New Year, because it is next Friday, and there's certain things that you should and should not do to prepare for a new year. So I heard one of them is you don't cut your hair, no haircuts, before Chinese New Year, because then you cut away your fortune. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. Another thing is you don't want to clean your house. You don't want to vacuum on that day, on February 12th. Because actually the Chinese New Year after February 4th is Chinese New Year already. That's only the celebration on February 12th. Because like I said, if you're born in February, before February 4th, like I said, for example, this year is the year of ox, right? But if the new baby is born before February 4th, it become year of a rat. It's not ox. So after February 4th is a year of ox. So people need to understand that.
I didn't know that, because on the calendar it says February 12th is Chinese New Year.
Yeah, we do ceremony because every year, New Year different. Like last year, New Year day is different.
Right.
So after every year after February 4th is New Year. Yeah.
Whoa. So the lunar calendar I know is different than our calendar, the American calendar, or the world calendar. So, but so February 4th every year is February 4th, or this year is February 4th?
Every year after February 4th is New Year. Because February 4th we say is a Li Chun. It's to Li Chun. After Li Chun is New Year.
Oh, so no matter lunar calendar or not, it's always February 4th? I didn't know that.
A New Year day may be different, but it start New Year atmosphere is after February 4th.
After February. For this year, because it's the 12th. 12 minus 7.
Right. Today, like a New Year, Chinese New Year is February 12th. Yeah.
Right. So, but the New Year really started February 4th, yesterday.
Right. Already. Yeah.
From now, it's a good thing I had you on today. So from now until the 12th, no cleaning house, no vacuum, right? No hair. So you have a good excuse not to clean, right? No haircut. What else? To have good luck in the new year. What else?
Right, like I said, a lot of things I want to avoid. You can wear like a red clothes, because this year you're good for the red clothes when you go to sleep, like a New Year, like a February 12th. So you can wear red clothes. Red in Chinese, red color in Chinese is very auspicious, very auspicious. So it's a red color always can bring good luck.
Okay, so wear red.
Right, exactly. So, but some people is not good for red color because they're born in the like I said, a lot of people they're born in summer because they have a lot of fire. Maybe they don't need red color. So you still, but most of the people red color is still good for them. Mm-hmm.
What else do we do to make sure that next year is a good year for us?
Yeah, like I said, okay, if you're going to, also very, because I just come back this morning, because if you're going to buy a house, you don't want to buy a house facing the south. Also, you don't want to face in the west, because the west and southeast, because those direction will bring 3 year bad luck.
Oh, south. What direction? You don't want to, your house
is southeast.
Southeast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, southeast, because they will bring 3 year bad luck. Because when you buy a house, you want good facing south. They have 3 year good luck. Because if you can stay there more than 3 years, good luck. I think definitely is supporting you.
Yes.
So, well, if a lot of people will move in, you continue 3 years bad luck, they kind of like affect their daily life already, affect the family as well. So you need to pick up one. That's the kind of that's Feng Shui, part of the Feng Shui as well.
As on the house. Now I understand the number 8. I always say the number 8 is lucky, right? Fa, ha, hominum. And so they say that your numbers in your house should have an 8 and not a 4, right?
Yes, yeah. Since in actually 4 in Chinese probably kind of like inauspicious. But actually, 4 in Japan, they trade very well. Japan is like 4, and Japan is like a live by ceremony as a cemetery. That's well because Japan like 4 and they like this live by cemetery because they feel like they get the good energy from them. So different culture, different. So actually that's a very minor thing. But since people don't, everybody care, so you probably need to care as well.
Interesting. So depends on the country, right? How they're interpreting. So in Chinese, 4 is not a good number because it's a homonym for death, right? So 4 is 4, 死掉 is die.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that spotlight interview, and I hope you've learned some Chinese in the process. And here's a new Chinese lesson for this new year of the tiger. And it's about the written Chinese. And I'll see if I can show this to you on camera. So I love the Chinese language, especially the writing, because some of it is very pictorial. So the character for mouth is actually looks like a mouth, and ko, and it's like a square. And then this is my favorite. So this is women. Goes like this. So if you put 2 women under one roof, that's the character for trouble. So there's some ancient wisdom for you. And because we are celebrating Chinese New Year, my Asian Oprah giveaway today is a download of my moving meditation called Balanced Tai Chi Gong, which promotes inner peace one breath at a time. Take a listen. Welcome to Balanced Tai Chi Gong. My name is Dr. Marissa Pei. We will be slow dancing with the universe in a moving meditation that promotes inner peace, one breath at a time. As a corporate psychologist, I created this practice in response to my life and those of my clients. We were professional, high achievement-oriented, multitasking control freaks and exhausted. No matter how many successes, it was never enough. That, coupled with a painful life experience, led me on a quest to find another way to live and back to my Chinese roots. If you practice regularly, you will be in a place of balance and inner peace, the way we were created. 谢谢. So for the first 8 people to go to my website, drmarissa.life, and put in the subject line Chinese New Year, or Happy Chinese New Year, I should say, will get a download of that moving meditation that's 28 minutes long, very easy to follow, especially if you're a person that doesn't like to sit still and meditate. All right. I wasn't always really proud of my Chinese roots. In fact, there were times where I would lie and people would say, "Are you Hawaiian?" And I would actually say yes, because growing up Chinese in a very small town in Canada, Ontario, Waterloo to be exact, it wasn't always fun. And I tell that story in this month's Happy Zine. If you would like a copy of that, please go to drmarissa.life and ask for it, and it's free. All right, that's it for show number 630. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from my living room during the pandemic, reminding you that it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. And peace in Mandarin is ping an. Isn't that a pretty word? So go forth and multiply the ping an that you are, and have the best day ever. See you tomorrow.